So let's start now. We will talk about triangle. What are we going to talk about the triangle? We will talk about formula and its properties. Well, actually, you already learned about triangle when you were in a primary, so this is not a new thing for you. And it maybe we have about more than 50% that the part of this chapter you already learned. Okay, but what is the difference between triangle that you already learned when you were in a primary? You will find a more complex question about triangle, and then maybe when you were in a primary, you only find the formula of the triangle only half times base times height. But now we have two different formula based on the kind of the triangle. Is that about scalene triangle or equilateral triangle? Okay, so let's check the formula and its properties of the triangle. We start from definition and types of triangle. Okay, as I told you before that this is not a new thing for you, so we just need to repeat and remind what you already learned when you were primary. Okay, triangles are shaped with three sides, as we know, yeah. A triangle's type depends on the length of its sides and the sides of its angles. Okay, so that's the definition of triangle. And let's talk about types of triangle. There are three types of triangle based on the length of the sides, and also there are three types based on the size of the angles. Okay, let's talk about types of triangle according to its length. The first we have isosceles triangle. In bahasa we usually call it as segitiga sama kaki. So what is the properties of this isosceles triangle? 2 out of 3 sides are equal. And then equilateral triangle, or we usually call it as segitiga sama sisi. The main properties of this equilateral triangle, all sides have same length. And then the third, scalene triangle, or segitiga sebarang, all 3 sides are different. So we can say that we have no length of sides are equal. Let's check the picture of the figure before. We have this one is isosceles triangle, and then this one is equilateral triangle, and then this one is scalene triangle. Okay, that's the types of triangle according to its length. Let's check this one out. Types of triangle according to its angle. So first thing we have acute angle triangle, or in bahasa we usually call it as segitiga lancip. What's the properties of this acute angle triangle? All of its angles are acute angle. So if we say that all of its angles are acute angle, it means less than 90 degrees. And then the second one is right angle triangle, or segitiga siku-siku. 1 out of 3 angles is right angle, so 90 degrees. And then the third one is obtuse angle triangle, or we usually call it as segitiga tumpul. 1 out of 3 angles is obtuse angle. As we know that obtuse angle, it means more than 90 degrees. Okay, please check this figure. Okay, so we know that this one is acute angle triangle, and this one right angle triangle, and then this one obtuse angle triangle. Properties of triangle. For right triangle. Okay, so we have triangle ABC, and then angle A is a right angle. So let's check the properties. It says that 2 sides are perpendicular each other. Okay, so maybe perpendicular is a new things for you. Hal yang baru ya, perpendicular. Perpendicular in bahasa it means saling tegak lurus. Saling tegak lurus ya. So if you check the sides, which sides are perpendicular each other, it is AC perpendicular with AB. So this AC, that's perpendicular with AB. Okay, tegak lurus. The second properties have one hypotenuse. So what is hypotenuse? Hypotenuse, it's in bahasa we call it as sisi miring. Nah, this is the hypotenuse. Side BC we call it as hypotenuse, sisi miring. Okay, and then the third have one right angle. It's obvious, yeah. So it's obvious that the right angle of this triangle is angle A. Okay, that's the properties of right triangle. Let's we go forward to properties of triangle for isosceles triangle. Okay, so here we have isosceles triangle. Sorry, I need to move. For isosceles triangle, let's check the properties of this isosceles triangle. 2 out of 3 sides are equal. Okay, so which one are equal? Line or side to AC and then side BC. Not this one. That's equal. So that's why we can say that 2 out of 3 sides are equal. And then 2 out of 3 angles are equal. So this angle A and then angle B, both of them are equal. And then the third have one line symmetry. Line symmetry that we have for this triangle ABC. Nah, can you check the red line? That what we call as line symmetry. Okay, sorry, in bahasa it means symmetry lipat. Symmetry lipat. But in English or in bilingual, we know it as line symmetry. Okay, so properties of triangle for scalar triangle. Sorry, we need to check the equilateral triangle first. Now, I'm sure that you guys know what is the meaning of this small line or short line. It means that all sides are equal. Okay, so in mathematics, this symbol means that all, so length of AC equals to length of BC and then length of AB. Okay, let's check the properties of equilateral triangle. All sides are equal, as I told you before. What sides are equal? Of course, all of them. AB equals to BC and equals to CA. And then second properties, all angles are equal. So if we have all sides are equals, that we have all angles are equal as well. So which angles? Angle A, angle B, and angle C. And then I'm sure that you guys already know that the total sum of angle in one triangle, total sum of angled, the measure of angled, I mean in one triangle, it is 180 degrees. So if we say that all angles are equal, it means that angle A equals to angle B equals to angle C. So we know that angle A equals to 60 degrees. How do you know that 60 degrees? Because we have 180 degrees, then we divide it by 3. So that's why angle A 60 degrees, angle B 60 degrees, and angle C 60 degrees. That's obvious, okay? And then have 3 symmetry line or line symmetry. Okay, so this is the first, and then second, and then the third one. Okay, jadi simetri lipatnya ada 3. Kalau tadi di segitiga sama kaki, simetri lipatnya hanya ada 1. Kalau di simetri segitiga sama sisi, simetri lipatnya ada 3. Okay, the sum of the angles of triangle, Okay, so this is the things that I already told to you before, that the sum of the angles of triangle, it is 180 degrees. Okay, so let's check this one on how do you get 180 degrees. To explain this part, I will make a connection with, if you guys still remember about the parallel lines. If you guys still remember about the parallel lines, so if you have two parallel lines that cut by one transversal, two parallel lines that cut by one transversal, we call it as transversal AB. So we can find for some angles that has same measure. Okay, did you guys still remember the shortcut Z that I already explained to you before when we learned about angles and parallel lines or transversal? So please check and find out which one is shortcut Z that you can find from this figure. So if you have this one is C, I will show you which one is the shortcut Z. Please check my cursor, and then AC, and then CB, and then goes to this one. Okay, so if we have this one as angle C, then this one also angle C as well. Okay, shortcut Z. Okay, so if you check this figure, that you can find one triangle that has angle A, angle B, and then angle C. And then angle C, we already check it, that's equals to this one. So that's why we call it as angle C also. And then what about angle A? Okay, so angle A and then angle A also this one. You need to check the parallel lines and then transversal. Remember, we have three names of the parallel lines of the angles that construct by two parallel lines that cut by one transversal. Okay, so if we have this one angle A, this one also angle A. Ya, waktu kita belajar tentang sudut dan garis-garis yang sejajar, kita punya yang bentuk seperti ini, namanya adalah sudut sehadap. Kita punya waktu kita belajar itu ya, jadi kamu perlu cek lagi catatan kamu tentang sudut dan garis-garis sejajar. Okay, we move. So the sum of the angles of triangle is 180 degrees, and then how do you get 180 degrees? This one, three of these angles are supplementary each other. So B supplementary with A and C, A supplementary with BC, and then as we know that in one line or straight angles, it is 180 degrees. So if you add A plus C plus B, that's equals to 180 degrees. Now this angle, we use it also in triangle as a interior angle. So if we have this one A, now this one also A, this one B and C, and then we use this straight line as 180 degrees. That's why A plus B plus C equals to 180 degrees as well. Okay, so that the sum of the angles of triangle, we move to relation of exterior and interior angle of triangle. Okay, interior and exterior. We already learned about interior and exterior angle when in a chapter of angle and transversal. So if I have this figure, which one? Interior angles. Okay, so we have interior angles. They are A1, B1, and C1. We know they are as interior angle. We have it as interior angle. So if I have A1, I can find the supplementary of A1. It is A2. I give it name A2. Okay, A2 is supplementary of A1. And then because I can find the supplementary of A1, of course, I can find the supplementary of B1 and C1 as well. Okay, so supplementary of B1, B2. Supplementary of C1, C2. Okay, let's check my explanation about relation of exterior and interior angle. Okay, so A1 plus A2 equals to 180 degrees. Are you guys agree with me? Okay. So of course A1 plus A2 equals to 180 degrees, yeah, because both of them are supplementary each other. And then we can say that A2 equals to 180 degrees minus A1. Why? Because when we subtract the left hand side and the right hand side, each of them with A1, or maybe we can say that if we move this A1 to the right side of this formula, so we have A2 equals to 180 degrees minus A1. Okay, we keep it for ourselves, and then we will move to sum of the total sum of angle of triangle. As we know that A1 plus B1 plus C1 equals to 180 degrees. And then we will replace for some angle. First, we need to move it, that B1 plus C1 equals to 180 degrees minus A1. Okay, so what we do here, just like what we did before for this formula. Okay, so B1 plus C1 equals to 180 degrees minus A1. And then, if you check this one out, guys, that 180 degrees minus A1, that's equals with this form, right? So I will substitute this form into A2. So here's the relation of exterior and interior angle, that if we add two interior angle that's near or next each other, close each other, so B1 and C1, that's equals to A2. So we can say that sum of two interior angle that equals to exterior angle, which is not near to the interior angle. Okay, so what about if I have A1 plus C1? A1 plus C1, that's equals to, that's correct, equals to B2. What about if I have A1 plus B1? Yep, that's equals to C2. Okay, so that's all the relation of exterior and interior angle of triangle. Okay, we move here. Pythagoras. So, well, actually, Pythagoras, the theorem of Pythagoras, we already learned it before, but I will just repeat what is the definition of this theorem actually. Okay, so it starts from right angles of triangle. So when we talk about theorem of Pythagoras, it says that in the right angles of triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, do you remember hypotenuse? This one? Hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. I repeat it once again, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum, so this one is equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Jadi dia bilang bahwa kuadrat dari sisi miring sama dengan jumlah dari kuadrat dua sisi yang lainnya. Bentuknya biar lebih gampang seperti ini. So here we have km squared equals to KL squared plus LM squared. Okay, so from this formula, actually, maybe you guys are familiar with this formula, C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. That's come from this one out. Okay, C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. Those formula come from this one. Okay, I'm sure that you guys more familiar with C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. Okay, nice. The perimeter of a triangle. If you talk about perimeter, actually we will add all sides of is that quadrilateral or triangle. Okay, we will add all sides. So if we have A, B, C, triangle A, B, C. Oh yeah, by the way, how to give it name, how to give name for sides. If you check this, it's obvious, guys, that if you have angle A here, and then directly sides in front of angle A, we call it as side A. Is that clear? Okay, I repeat it once again. I give example for another angle. If we have angle B, so side in front of angle B, we call it as side B. And then that's also happen for angle C, that side in front of angle C, we call it as side C as well. Okay, so perimeter is A plus B plus C. Example given. The right triangle KLM has properties as follow. That angle L is the right angle, and then KL equals to 24 centimeter and KM 26 centimeter. Then it's actually to find its perimeter. Okay, I will try to explain it. Okay, so here's the question about right triangle KLM has properties as follow. So I try to draw the triangle like this one, and then KM, that as we know 26 centimeter, and then KL 24 centimeter. So as we know that based on the slides before, that we have km square equals to kl square plus lm square, or maybe the things that you guys are familiar with, c square equals to a square plus b square. Okay, so because we need, it's actually to find the perimeter. It's actually to find the perimeter, but before you guys got the perimeter, you guys get the perimeter, of course you need to find L, K or KL first. No, I mean LM, because we only know KL and KM, so we need to know LM. We need to know LM. Okay, so how to find LM? And then LM square equals to KM square minus KL square. But actually, you just need to move the position of right hand and the right hand side and left hand sides. It's okay how you guys got this LM, yeah, but I try to figure it out, that LM square equals to KM square minus KL square, and then LM square equals to, as we know that KM 26, so we substitute 26 minus 24, and then we need to square each of them. So LM square equals to 100 centimeter squares. Don't ask me how do I get it, and please do not use the device. You guys, you need to find it by yourself manually. Okay, so LM square equals to 100 centimeter square, and then as we know that LM root of 100 centimeter square, that it is 10 centimeters. But it actually to find the perimeter. So how? What is the perimeter of this KLM? We just need to add it 24 centimeter plus 26 centimeters plus 10 centimeters. So the perimeter of this triangle KLM, it is 60 centimeter. Yeah, sorry, I didn't figure it out for the perimeter. Nice. So we'll talk about the area of triangle. As I told you before, that when we talk area of triangle, you guys maybe usually use this formula, that half times base times height. Okay, so this one is base and this one is height, or some say height. It's up to you. Okay, so area of triangle, half times base times height. And then here I have a example. Example given that this triangle XYZ, this triangle XYZ, and by the way, what kind of triangle is this one? Yeah, this is scalene triangle. Yeah, scalene triangle. So determine the area of triangle XYZ. It's given XY equals to 10 centimeter, this one 10 centimeter, and ZW 8 centimeter. Okay, so if you use this formula, that it's obvious the base of this triangle it is 10 centimeter. Kelihatan jelas ya bahwa alasnya 10 centimeter. But we have problem about the height of this triangle. So we cannot find height of this triangle. Yeah, but you know, when we have scalene triangle, well, it's okay if we find height of the triangle out of the triangle itself. If I'm not mistaken, I already explained about this problem before. Yeah, I already explained this one. So because it's obvious that xy is a base, so we just need to find length or something or side that is perpendicular with base. Kita hanya perlu menemukan suatu sisi atau garis atau apapun yang tegak lurus dengan xy. Nah, yang kelihatan jelas tegak lurus dengan xy itu kalau kita kasih perpanjangan, we give extension line. So it's obvious that ZW, it is perpendicular with extension line of XY. So here we have as a base, and then we can directly find that ZW as height. So if we substitute to this formula, that we can find the area of triangle XYZ, it is half times 10 centimeter times 8 centimeters. So the answer is 40 centimeter square. Okay, the area of an isosceles triangle. So, well, actually, basically, you can use the formula, or this formula can help you guys if you have no idea about base or height of the triangle. But as long as you have base and height, okay, we don't need to use this formula. We better to use area of halves time base time height. Okay, I repeat it once again. You only use this formula if you have no idea about base and height. So area of isosceles triangle, it is 1/4 times s squares times root of 3. So example given. An isosceles triangle KLM has 10 centimeter sides. Find its area. So how to find its area? You just need to substitute s with 10 centimeter. So 1/4 times 100. Why it's 100? Because 10 square, yeah? And then times with root of 3. So do not confuse about root of 3. Let it be still root of 3. You just need to find the product of 1/4 times with 100. So here we have the area of this triangle KLM. It is 25 root of 3 centimeter square. I repeat it once again. So area of this KLM, 25 root of 3 centimeter square. Next, we go to area of a scalene triangle. Scalene triangle. Okay, so what is the area of this scalene triangle? It's quite complex. It is root of s times s minus a times s minus b times s minus c. For some class, I'm sure that not all the class, I already explained this one. I remember that I already explained this formula in 7C, but I forgot for another class. Yeah. So what is S actually? Those S is not stand for side. Remember, the scalene triangle are special. Is special, I mean. So this S is not stand for side. S ini bukan sisi. What is I? What is S? Let's define what is S. So actually S is half of perimeter. So this S is special, different with S for another definition ya. Jadi di sini S-nya spesial katanya adalah setengah keliling. So how to get S? You just need 2 times half with the total perimeter A plus B plus C. Okay, let's find example given. A triangle ABC has properties as follows. A 9 centimeters, B 40 centimeters, and C 41 centimeter. Evaluates its area. It's asks you to find the area actually. How to find its area? So first thing you need to find is you need to find S. Yeah, you need to find S. Okay, let me explain about question example given, a triangle ABC has properties as follows: A equals to 9 centimeter, B 40 centimeter, and C 41 centimeters. So it's actually to evaluate its area. Okay, because this one is scalene triangle, and then we have no idea about base or height, so it puts us to use this formula: area equals to root of S times with S minus A times with S minus B and times with S minus C. So let's check for the S first. So S equals to a half of perimeters. So we will substitute all the value to find the perimeter. That's equals to half times 9 centimeters plus 40 centimeters plus 41 centimeters. And then so we got the result for S. It is 45 centimeter. Okay, and then let's substitute all the value, this value of S and value of A, B, and C to this formula. So as we know that area equals to S times S minus A and so on. And then I substitute value of S and value of A, B, and C. Okay, so we have here to find area, and then directly I will show you all the working like this. So do not confuse when you find this kind of the multiplication, or do not confuse if you need to find the product. Please don't do multiplication directly or manually. Okay, so we need to break down. Why? Because it talks about root of. So I'm sure that we can find the twins numbers, same numbers. So after you got the same numbers, you can drag it out of the root. So let's check this one out, that we have 45 times 36 times 5 times 4. And then I break down this 45. Yeah, actually for 45, it's come from 9 times 5. And then those 9, I break down it again. So we have 3 times 3 times 5. And then 36, we have 6 times 6 as we know. And 5, let it be as 5 itself. 4, that's equal to times 2 times 2. And then we will find twin numbers or same numbers. Yeah. So we have 3 and 3 here. And then I collect it all together in one bracket for 3. And then 5 with 5, I collect it all together in one bracket, and 6 and 6 in one bracket, and 2 and 2. And then because we already find the same number, and then based on the properties of root number, if you can find the same number, so directly it can eliminate the root itself. Okay, so 3 times 5 times 6 times 2. If you guys still confused about this calculation, maybe you need to find or ask your dad or your mom or your brother or your sister, because actually this one is basic counting in primary. Okay, so we got the result 180 centimeters square. Sorry, it's supposed to be 180 centimeters square. Okay, so that's all the answer for this question. End of the slides. It means that we already finished for this chapter. So guys, I hope that this video can help you guys about this triangle. After you watch this video, you need to do for some question, not much, it's only 3 or 4 questions, and then you need to submit it to Scholar. Thank you, God bless, and stay safe.